the director of Rush, Mr. Ron Howard.
Well, I'm a little embarrassed to be getting attention on Dan and Mike's behalf.
But you're the one who's locked him in the cupboard in
Well,
LA.
yeah, they're editing in the heart of the sea, and they're at a critical moment, preparing for a screening, and they just couldn't leave, so they wanted me to make sure people knew that I was torturing them.
And Ron, you've worked with these guys now for decades.
Yeah, since 1981. Night Shift was the first movie that we did together, and they've edited every film that I've directed since, and they're really remarkable guys, and so passionate about what they do and the kind of commitment that they make. But the thing that I love about them is that while they understand visual effects, they're great with action, they care most about performances. And one of the things I didn't get to say in my speech is they would have thanked the actors, because that's what they revel in. That's what they get most excited about, are those nuanced performances that they can find ways to weave together in the most impactful ways.
You also said that this film, Rush, was the most challenging film that you've done together?
Yeah.
In what way?
Well, it was a tremendous amount of footage. There was a real balance that needed to be found between the drama of the characters and the intensity of that story, and of course the cinematic needs, the drama and the tension of the racing. And these things had to blend in a way, both rhythmically and dramatically, and that boiled down to the editing. So I have to say that I think I have a tremendous amount of respect for the choice. Obviously, I'm biased, but they did actually find a movie that really depended largely on the effect of the editors.
Absolutely. We've got time for a couple of quick questions. Yes, please, first of all. It's just where there's a microphone coming around, so if you just wait 2 seconds. No, for the second row, please. Thank you.
There's been a bit of a slight row in this country this year about what films qualify as British or not, and obviously Rush did. Do you have any qualms or thoughts on what should or should not qualify for the BAFTAs?
Well, Rush certainly should have. So on the broadest level, I don't, but there's not a shadow of a doubt in my mind that it was entirely a UK, independent UK production. That's what I signed on for. It existed already before I came aboard, and the only Americans involved were the editors and myself.
Yes, please, here in the front row. Thank you.
Congratulations to your editors.
Thank you.
You shot Rush here. You're shooting Heart of the Sea here as well. I wonder what the facilities of Britain kind of offer to productions.
Oh, well, of course, my son, Reed, who's now 26 years old, was born here while we were doing Willow. And we also did the lion's share of Da Vinci Code here. So I've been fortunate enough to work here many times, and here's what it has to offer. Tremendous talent pool, great filmmaking heritage. When I say talent pool, in front of and behind the camera, just the artisans are really in a category of their own in many ways, and there's a storytelling is sort of important to every culture and every country, but here in England, it's almost elemental, and I think everybody involved with a movie here in the UK feels they're telling a story, and you don't always get that. Even in all the departments in the US, a lot of talented people, but you don't always feel that.
I feel even more patriotic now than I normally do. Thank you very much, Steve. And thanks so much. That's all the time we have, I'm afraid. Please give it up once again for Ron Howard. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Oh, this is all, it was frankly, kind of prematurely released as a given. Yeah. I'm happy to admit that we're in conversations about it, and to the point where I brought my Kipling along on this trip to do a little homework. It's a wonderful script, and by Callie Clovis, and an exciting prospect, but very, very early discussions.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Ron Howard, everybody.